The following program is a part of Black Squirrel Entertainment.
What sketch comedy show is going British?
And which actress got their own holiday?
Making Can't Feel Like Hollywood, this is The Blurb. Welcome back. I'm your Spotify playlist, Rocco Grassi.
And I'm your Pandora Radio, Nick Keller.
I haven't heard of Pandora in so long.
Yeah, well, my mom uses it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was still in use.
No, it's still popular. I mean, it's alive and well, so.
Well, yes. Well, speaking of things that are alive and well, one of your favorites, SNL. Our late-night emperor, Lorne Michaels, is handing his creativity across the pond as a British version of Saturday Night Live is now in the works. This announcement comes only a few months after SNL's 50th anniversary, which of course takes place in New York City. Following the same trend as the United States with its sketch comedy, musical guests, and celebrity hosts, we here at the Blurb will be very curious to see how this ends up.
That's really cool. Wasn't there a version of SNL that is not American?
I think it's Japan. It's somewhere in Asia.
Japan makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm very excited. I'm excited for it personally.
Yeah, I think it'll be funny.
Of, controversy about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it'll be funny.
That's fair.
Well, Marvel Studios' newest film, Thunderbolts, is set to release on May 2nd and will star an ensemble cast of characters. Florence Pugh, of course, will be playing the leading role as Yelena Belova, and in a recently posted video by Marvel, she's committing very hard to her role. The video showcases a clip from the film and shows Pugh as she leaps off the Merdeka 118, the second tallest building in the world. The scene shows her character parachuting to safety after completing the jump. Footage from a companion featurette confirms the jump was executed practically, with Pugh performing the stunt herself and using wire support and a skydiving cameraman. Disney's health and safety team initially opposed the idea, but ultimately approved it after Pugh insisted, saying, quote, "I love heights," end quote. The Merdeka 118 is 2,227 feet tall and is located in Malaysia. Florence Pugh has proven that Leonardo DiCaprio is not the only one with insane commitment to a role.
You know, she was actually supposed to jump off the tallest building in Portage County, but we were closed.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe the library will happen next time.
Yeah.
Well, it has been a very big week for Daredevil feminism because not only is it a woman's world, it's now a woman's universe. On April 14th, Blue Origin launched an all-female crew into space, marking the first such mission since 1963. The crew included Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, Gail King, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nguyen, and Carrie-Anne Flynn. The flight, which lasted about 10 minutes and took the crew above the Kármán line. In space, Katy Perry unveiled her tour set list, and when the women landed, she was seen kissing the ground. Many people were making jokes about Gail King's very serious expression while boarding the ship, with tweets such as, quote, "Me entering work on Monday morning. Congratulations to this empowering group of women."
That's really cool, but I will say I do think it's funny that they were all acting like they were gone for months when they were up there for a total
10 minutes. Kissing the ground is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, speaking of some really awesome women, in a special homecoming, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu declared April 10th as Io Adebari Day in celebration of the Emmy Award-winning actress and Boston Public Schools alum. The day was marked by Adebari's visit to her alma mater, where she engaged with students and the school's improv group, of which she was once a member. The event featured a fireside chat where Adebari shared her journey from a student to a celebrated writer and actor. Mayor Wu expressed her pride in alumni like Adebari, who, as she noted, is making a difference in the world. The mayor stressed the value of local educators in nurturing the ambitions of young people, saying, quote, "Thank you to all our BPS educators for pouring into our young people and supporting them to explore their passions," end quote. Wu's comments, alongside comments from Adebari, provided the students with a glimpse into a path paved by perseverance and dedication.
You know, I'm glad Boston is finally catching up because I've been celebrating for years.
I loved her in Bottoms.
Yes.
Love her in The Bear. She's great. She's
right?
great. Yeah.
I agree. Well, I have a big one for you about Weezer. I'm going to need you to sit down for this.
Okay.
So, Jillian Lorne, wife of bassist Scott Schreiner, whom was a part of the band Weezer, had quite an eventful week as she was shot and wounded by cops when she allegedly inserted herself into a bizarre Hollywood-style chase. The saga involving Schreiner erupted in the northeast Los Angeles neighborhood of Eagle Rock Wednesday afternoon as police were chasing down 3 men from an earlier hit and run on the nearby highway. Cops with the Los Angeles Police Department said they were assisting California Highway Patrol officers in the hunt for 3 perps who had just fled the scene of the wreck on Ventura Freeway when one of them was spotted running through a backyard. It was then that they came face to face with the musician's wife, who was brandishing a handgun in their front yard of their home. They ordered Jillian to drop the gun numerous times, but she refused and pointed it directly at the officers, police alleged. Scott Schreiner was seen performing at Coachella this last weekend despite the shooting.
That is actually the most craziest thing I've heard this week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still going to Coachella after that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Weekend 2 is gonna go crazy.
Crazy. Just hope she doesn't show up. Well, the Academy Awards announced it will be introducing the Best Stunt Design category at the Oscars. The category will spotlight the designers of movie stunts at the 100th annual ceremony. The Academy's CEO, Bill Kramer, and President Janet Yang said in a joint statement, quote, "Since the early days of cinema, stunt design has been an integral part of filmmaking. We are proud to honor the innovative work of these technical and creative artists, and we congratulate them for their commitment and dedication in reaching this momentous occasion," end quote. The campaign to have the stunt community recognized was led by David Leitch, who began his career as a stunt double for Brad Pitt before transitioning into making stunt-heavy films such as John Wick. Leitch went on to direct The Fall Guy, which was a tribute to stunt performers. We here at The Blurb are very happy to hear that stunt performers are finally getting their flowers.
From a greedy standpoint, I'm curious to see how this will make studios kind of force their actors to do stunts and stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything I learned from The Fall Guy, which I know you haven't seen yet, it's that stunt performers are really important.
That's fair. Yeah. That's real. Yeah. Well, time to get out your banjos and guitars, because after the break, we're talking about all things folk music.
We are back for yet another Behind the Blurb. The only segment that is able to dress to impress. Ignore me completely, please. I bring that up because today Behind the Blurb, we have one of our lovely production crew that could honestly get us qualified for a professional dress to impress tournament, whether it's in real life or the actual game. So please welcome Spencer Payton. Hey, welcome to Behind the Blurb.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know you've been involved with the Blurb for a handful of semesters now, and it's great to finally do one of these for you and whatnot. Because I know that you do a lot for the Blurb in general. So with that being said, that leads me perfectly to my first question. I want you to tell us, what exactly do you do for the Blurb and student media as a whole, and like what you do just throughout Kent State? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'll start with my major. My major is journalism. I was originally a criminology and justice studies major, but I switched first semester. That's how I got here. I took production fundamentals and I saw the studio, and I'm the kind of person who always has to be doing something. And this was kind of like the perfect atmosphere for me. It was busy, it was active, but it was still kind of fun-loving. The Blurb was actually the first show that I saw. I came in for like a tour of the studio, and it was during Blurb showtime, or yeah, it was the beginning of the show. I really liked it. I love pop culture. I love celebrity culture. Not celebrity culture, but like discussing media, you know. So I started out doing cameras for the show, and I've done a lot of shows, but I've reapplied for the Blurb every time because it's kind of like sentimental. It's my first show. So I started with cameras. I did that for 2 semesters, I think, and then I switched to CG this semester for the show. If you see CG's interlude, that's me.
Yep, CG's interlude is all thanks to them.
And so I do the Blurb. Oh God, I did the College Voice. I was floor crew for the College Voice. I did a handful of newscasts. I remember doing a Thursday newscast. I fill in a lot. I'm either doing cameras or CG. I got trained in CG on the newscasts. So I do Sports Corner. I'm the CG for Sports Corner, and I currently do floor crew for the Wednesday newscast. I think that's it. I think that's all the shows I've worked.
Yeah, I know you also did I think specifically cameras for the Friday newscast in Spring 24, because I know that there'd be times where you'd ask me to get on the floor wall to do a critical focus on me for my segment anchor points, which those were always pretty fun. But yeah, it's clear to see that you've definitely contributed a lot, especially on the production side of things here with student media. And
If there's one thing that brings America together, it's folk music. And luckily, we're here today to discuss some of our favorite folk songs, folk musical artists, folk albums, and more. We want to take you to Folky Town, so sit back and relax.
Folky Town's good.
Folky Town?
Sounds really good.
I thought it was cooking.
I will say I might plunge into the indie folk section, so bear with that.
I will
Oh,
too.
that's fine.
I will too.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
Absolutely.
You think I care?
Right. Obviously, the biggest thing has been Timothy Chalamet's.
Bob
Get It
Dylan.
On.
Yeah,
Bob
Of course.
Bob Dylan for sure.
One of the greats
Yeah.
of folk. I mean, there was many existed before him, but
Right.
I think he sort of. I mean, obviously later on he transitioned into more rock and roll style, but his early days he was mainly folk music, and I love it.
And I didn't like. Truthfully, I didn't listen to a lot of Bob Dylan before the movie, and then after I really like Bob Dylan's stuff now, but
Yeah,
I never
I do
really
too.
listened to him before that.
Well, that's the thing about like folk music is that it's like there was if you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's like the this exhibit you can walk through that shows how like folk music and like country music is kind of the root of rock and roll.
Yeah.
So it's like I think like all rock music has its roots in folk music. So it's like so widespread in the fact that it has influences in all rock music to this day.
Absolutely. That's another one that I want to mention. Sufjan Stevens. I think he should get a mention here.
It's a good one.
I love him. A lot of his songs like make me really emotional. I remember when Javelin came out in 2023. That was like all I was listening to for about a month.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I really liked Chicago by him.
Chicago.
Because he was doing these the different he was doing like different state related albums. He was supposed to
Yeah.
do Ohio next, but he just kind of stopped doing them after Chicago or Illinois.
I would have loved an Ohio album. That would have been cool.
One of my top 3 albums, I talk about this a lot, is Nick Drake's Pink Moon.
I love Pink
Oh
Moon.
my gosh, that is just like, and he has such a sad life where it's like he died at a young age. He didn't know how, he was like the Van Gogh of music,
Yeah.
where he didn't realize how big he would become, and he has just like such a gorgeously haunting voice. And I don't know, something about that album, I fall in love with it every time I listen to it.
Absolutely.
And did he cut his ear off and mail it to a girl he liked?
He did.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Who did you say this was?
Nick Drake.
Nick Drake.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
That's right. You're highly
Listen to
recommend
Pink
it.
Moon.
Me neither, which
Pink
is why I
Moon
said,
is
which is why I made the band
incredible.
go.
That makes sense.
I did want to bring up Noah Khan.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good one.
I mean, of course.
I think he's doing a lot in like the modern, like mainstream folk area, like stuff. I think what he's been doing is really good. Stick Season's been mixed for people, but I think it's a
Really?
great album.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I agree.
I'm very excited to see where he goes now that we're out of the 6 season era, though.
Yeah.
Like to see how like that era's influenced some and stuff. So I think that'll be kind of cool. I know he's been teasing this one song for a little bit. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for that one. But no, I really like the 6 season era for sure.
I agree.
No, I'm excited to see where he goes with his next, his new album, whenever that comes out. And,
Yeah, right, for sure.
Another one that I absolutely love is Joni Mitchell. I want to shout out Joni Mitchell.
Oh,
Nice.
Joni Mitchell's awesome.
That's a good one.
Probably one of my favorite female artists of all time. Blue, in my opinion, is like top tier.
It's a good album.
I didn't know it was on Spotify for the longest time. I thought it wasn't on Spotify.
Oh,
And then
I think it did come back up like a year or two.
yeah. I don't know. I just had like a period where I was like, oh man, I can't listen to this album I really love. Oh wait, I can.
Yeah, and same thing with Neil Young, who is just a lot
Yeah.
of like folk sounds. I love like Harvest Moon, for example, and it's like, so yeah, I know, I agree. It was really annoying when you can't listen to those types of songs.
Not saying I'm full supporting of like streaming. I'm a physical media guy all the way, but like I'm broke.
Well, me too.
Real.
My Irish King, St. Patrick's Day supporter, Hosier.
I love me some Hosier.
Man.
I love Hosier.
Every time. His the 10th anniversary of Self-Titled is coming out this year, by the way. Take Me to Church, Run, stuff like that. Classic.
Love to hear it. Love
I
to
mean,
hear
that was like, I mean, when I think of like, because like I feel like we all kind of had like a point in life where we really were like starting to like kind of dive into more music and like expanding our taste. Hosier is like a standpoint of like this was kind of where like a lot of it began. So, yeah.
it. I could talk for hours about how much I love Hosier. His voice is just so powerful.
How do I tell him I don't like Hosier?
Really?
How do I tell him I don't like Hosier?
I guess you just did. So
Yeah.
That's real. I'm curious why.
I think he's pretty soulless compared to like a bunch of other folk artists out there. I found a lot of his like structures and like songwriting very annoying. There was one song that kept playing in like Eastway that was in my head, and I didn't know what it was. And
Oh,
it
what, Too
drove me-
Sweet?
Yeah, and it drove
Oh
me
my god,
crazy.
is that who that is?
Yes. Yeah.
That song was driving me up
It drove
the
me
freaking
insane,
wall.
and I hate it.
I agree with you guys on that.
That song actually, I think I was gonna go insane.
I am not as big on Too Sweet personally either. Because right, I think TikTok like shot that song into orbit, but
No, I'm with
That's
you.
fair. No, yeah, I'm not
That
mad
one,
about it.
that song is something that kind of like.
That's fair. It's like a primal reaction.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a Hosier guy. I'm not gonna lie.
No, for
There are
sure.
sometimes I've like left Eastway or DI when certain songs have come on that have just like made me like, no, I can't. I
It used
can't
to be
anymore.
Phil Collins is in the air tonight, by the way.
I did want to ask, are any of you familiar with the Lumineers at all?
Yeah.
Of course.
How do we feel?
Sounds
I love
vaguely
them.
familiar.
I like Lumineers.
I really like their
Lumineers
live
also.
album, live at Ridgeway Park, or Wrigley Field. What did I just say? Ridgeway Park?
What?
I don't know where that came
Oh,
from.
Cleopatra is my favorite.
That's a good one. I haven't touched Am Radio yet or too much. Is that the newest album? The one with the Automatic, sorry. I haven't listened to Automatic yet a lot.
I don't think it's out yet.
It is.
The new one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's been out for like a few months.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's big news for you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like their stuff a lot. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is kind of a little bit more poppier,
Yeah.
but they also have some like deep cuts that are very folk, and I like that.
Yeah.
They're like Mumford and Sons.
Yes,
Where it's
that's
like
a good- that's a
they
good
have a
example.
lot of pop, folk, indie, country, everything influence, and it's like you can kind of pick folk from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you guys think about Fleet Foxes?
I love Fleet Foxes.
I love them. I
Um,
think they're pretty cool.
I'm not as familiar with them as I am others. I would like to be.
I was gonna say that's one of those bands where I feel like you got to like get into them, and it's
Yeah.
like I think they do an absolutely amazing job of what they do.
fun fact: one of my other favorite artists, Father John Misty, was the drummer of the first album
Yeah.
of Fleet Foxes. For
Yeah, Father
that.
John Misty's a staple. I feel like
So.
he would count too, right?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
so.
Father John Misty. I feel like we should talk about him. He's pretty
no,
good.
a lot of his like starter albums. Yeah. What about you, Liz?
I mean, honestly, a lot of mine like kind of the ones that I really like tend to cross over with like some of like the classic country music.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from East Tennessee. I have to do my obligatory Dolly Parton mention.
Yeah.
And of course, like being from East Tennessee, I grew up hearing Rocky Top all the time, which is basically like an unofficial fight song for University of Tennessee Knoxville. And like that song in particular, just kind of like it kind of like tickles a spot in my brain.
Yeah.
That is just kind of like it just I can't describe it with words. It's just one of those little things that like makes my brain feel good.
I always get this one Dolly Parton song stuck in my head, and it was a Cracker Barrel exclusive song that came on the CD that they sold there.
That's
and it
incredible.
was Berry Pie.
I've never heard it, but now I want to go specifically look it up because that's incredible.
It's crazy.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was trending on TikTok, I think, a year or two
Yeah,
ago.
it was.
Her version of Rocky Top goes pretty hard.
Okay.
Are
real.
any of you familiar with Lord Huron at all?
Oh, I love Lord Huron. Their Long Lost album has a special place in my heart. I love that album. I love how it all transitions. I love the cohesivity and the storytelling of it.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. Meet Me in the Woods is one of my favorite songs.
That's a great album.
Great. What is that album? Lost Trails?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10th anniversary is happening this year too for that.
Really?
Great year.
Great year.
What a great year for me.
Great year 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to open Spotify so I can listen to these songs over and over again. Speaking of streaming services, stay tuned because after the break, we're having a good old-fashioned debate on which streaming service is the best.
On me for my segment anchor points, which those were always pretty fun. But yeah, it's clear to see that you've definitely contributed a lot, especially on the production side of things here with student media. And yeah, you've definitely helped make a lot of things for this show happen, a lot for other shows happen as well. So you are definitely a heavy hitter here
I
with
do
KSTV.
I do what I can where I'm needed.
Yeah.
I don't really like, if something needs to be done, I'll learn the position and try to do it, and I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And hey, we're glad to have you here. You make it more fun, and you help make things happen.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. So, aiming things a little bit away from the blurb in and of itself. I sort of wanted to ask you. I know you said you weren't really that much into celebrity culture, but I wanted to ask: have you perchance met a celebrity, and if you did, which one? And if you haven't met a celebrity, which one would you want to meet?
I don't think I can say I've met a celebrity, but I have a lot of celebrities I would like to meet. Okay. Off the top of my head, Tyler the Creator. If you're watching this, Tyler, I would love to meet you. I would love to chat. We can get coffee.
Quite a handful of people that will, I'm sure that would want to meet him.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a celebrity. You'd think I'd be able to be quicker with this on a show about celebrity culture.
It sounds good.
I don't know. I'm into a lot of media, so I feel like I'd like to meet actors. I've been really into Interview with the Vampire. I've been watching Daredevil. So I'd love to meet, some of the people that are on that set so I can, this sounds so journalist of me, but I'd love to interview these people, so.
Spencer Payton, everybody. We'll be right back for more programming.
Go. Do you feel good about that? No. I'm looking at it right.
And yellow today, feel free to use orange, feel free to use green, feel free whatever you want to do. These are what I have in my refrigerator.
Students, especially those that are in CCI fondly enough, are going to be visiting there quite often. But does their reward program
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agreed, the scammers are out of control.
Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure our world.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Click! Your stream is intelizing. Welcome to our stream debate, where our contestants have to defend a streaming platform of their choosing. Today's contestants will include Laz, Andy, Peter, and Vinny. So, I hope y'all are ready to defend your platforms. I'll be ready. So, yeah. Laz, you're our first contestant. What do you have for us?
All right, I am here in defense of Netflix. Definitely not because it's like the main one I've used throughout my life. Fun fact about, earlier in my life, I actually used Netflix specifically on my 3DS, which is just a fun fact that it had a 3DS app back in the day. Speaking of back in the day, Netflix is actually, the OG. The website went up in 2007, but it actually started as a DVD rental service back in 1997, which is just kind of an interesting fun fact about it, that it's been, in the game and kind of on top for so long. I believe I read earlier that it's the 18th most visited website as of, I forget when it was like February of this year. It's another thing. So one thing that I think this was back in like the 2010s, Netflix was behind the Minecraft story mode thing that you could play, I think, on Netflix, which is an interesting development. I didn't play it myself, but I think I've heard relatively good things about it. Also, this I learned recently. Back in 2010, Netflix actually acquired the rights to Breaking Bad right before I think the 4th season came out. And so when they they put Breaking Bad on Netflix, they were able to, it got a lot more popular because people were able to binge it.
All right, Laz, you make a very good, compelling case. I have actually tried that many times, and you're right, Netflix does have a interactive Minecraft story mode. So you make a very good, compelling case. But our next contestant will be Andy. What you got for us, Andy?
All right, let me defend a really obscure streaming service called Shudder. It's for horror fans, first of all, but here's the thing about it. No ads. No advertisement for any price. Only $8.99 a month or $7.5 $6 a month if you go with the yearly plan, which is $89.99 a year. There are some really good horror movies such as the original Halloween, Hellraiser 1 and 2, the original Ring movie, I mean the one from Japan, the original Ringu. So original Nosferatu, the Shaki TV show, What's Not to Love. They also have really good original horror media, such as Late Night with the Devil, La Llorona, not the Conjuring universe one. This one is a different one. Mad God in Violent Nature. Also, quite a few. It's a good chance to explore obscure or niche
Andy,
horror.
It seems like it's a very good horror site and it's a very good compelling case. But we have our next contestants who are doing a double duo on theirs. We have Peter and Vinny. So, what do you guys got for me today?
All right, we will be defending Amazon Prime Video. First and foremost, I do just want to say that one of the biggest things that I love about Prime Video is their original shows, such as comic book shows like Invincible and The Boys, which are peak fiction.
Yep.
And in my opinion, on the Mount Rushmore for best comic book shows.
Best shows of all time, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
And we have other shows such as Reacher, Jack Ryan, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Fleabag, and for The Summer I Turned Pretty, I will say again, I'm Team Conrad and I will die on that hill. And other than that, those shows are really great and consistently good, which you don't really see in streaming shows these days. And other than their shows, like they do have a great variety of films, despite the fact when you rent some of them or buy them, they are at a crazy price. But
I want to make a point about that. Literally every single movie ever is on Amazon Prime. I'm not joking when I say this. If you know a movie and you want to watch it, it's on Amazon Prime. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, American Psycho, Forrest Gump, The Morrow Movie, Breakfast Club. That's all on Amazon Prime. It has every movie ever.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate your debate and your case for it.
Thank you.
So, for Andy's case, I've never really heard of Shudder before today, and I know you made a very good case, and I'm glad for that. Like, it sounds like a very good horror site. Laz, I think that you are correct. I remember that Netflix did have the Dropbox for rental Blu-ray and DVD at the time before streaming was created, so I like your case on that. Vinny, Peter, I like your guys' originals. I will add to it Hazbin Hotel, like we used to talk about on Blurb, so I'm gonna be happy about that. Also, this is more my preference, the NFL's on there too, because football, yay. But to be as unbiased as possible, the best compelling case I heard today, I think would have to go to the double duo of Vinny and Peter, just because they had a little more case on this, and I feel that you guys did a good job. So, yeah, I feel good for you guys.
We did it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy because, Laz, I agree that with the with Netflix's Dropbox, I forget how many days you had with the library, you could actually check things out and then return it just like in the Dropbox. So I'm actually surprised that I don't know if they're still around, but I'm glad you brought that up, Andy. I would like to have had a little more description on these horror films because it sounds like Shudder is the horror site. Yeah. And on top of that, I'm just happy that you actually brought up like a horror site on its own. I mean, like you said, they said Amazon Prime has like every movie that you can think of. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So it's like, what else you can do? You have this, you have this, you have this. Don't get me wrong, it was a hard choice. Only thing was, I don't know anything about Shudder, but I'm glad you brought me some good details. Laz, you brought a blast from the past. So yeah, that's all we know. And video killed the radio star. And this time, Dad Rock's gonna kill our stream debate. So stick around, because we're gonna talk some music that our dads like.
Is it okay over there? Is that good?
Jackie boy, look, we have been through a lot together.
Right up before this rain, this rain goes away.
Well, it's just,
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
You crank it and the beat just moves you right down the hallway. Why not? It doesn't hurt anyone. But listening too long and too loud can actually hurt your hearing. Excessive volume in earbuds, stadiums, and at concerts, even loud machinery, can damage hearing in just 15 minutes.
1 in 5 people 12 years and older now has some kind of hearing loss. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked and boogie on.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Hi, I'm Leland Melvin, and I travel to space twice as a NASA astronaut. Space technologies help protect our precious Earth. Space helps us monitor changes in carbon emissions, track the pace of climate change. It even helps us fight natural disasters. Make sure that you get out to your local science museum or go to spaceforall.us to explore and learn about space and science. Space is for all.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
A memory some of us here have is our dad telling us, "What the hell is this?" Today, I've gathered some people to talk about our music that dads put us on as kids and what stuck with us today. I'm going right out the gate with Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Need to mention that because it's my favorite rock band of all time, and my dad is responsible for that.
That's one of my dad's top 5 down.
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page.
Top 5.
18-string guitar,
Forward.
Black Dog.
I love Jimmy Page, one of my favorite guitarists of all time. Probably my favorite guitarist of all time, if I'm being 100% honest. He's absolutely creative, and I love every thing he's written for the band. There are a lot of straight bangers from Led Zeppelin that absolutely hit because of that, and yeah, I think Led Zeppelin's top tier for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Crazy story. I got into Led Zeppelin because of Thor Ragnarok.
no, but same honestly.
That's real.
Because Immigrant Song went so hard, and my dad was like, yeah, this is the music that I've been playing in the car for you. and so I was like, dang, okay, now I actually kind of want to listen to this.
Curveball, Jimmy Buffett. How do you feel about Jimmy Buffett, Vinny? Same feelings about Hosier? The Jimmy Buffett was always a staple growing up for me. I always found myself like Cheeseburger in Paradise, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like it just reminds me of vacation.
I was gonna say it's definitely something that people stuck with, and yeah, it's for sure. I'd say that's in the category.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Rush because I feel like that's like a staple dad rock band.
I love Troye Sivan.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like the Necromancer
Oh yeah.
by Rush.
Yeah. I'm still in the silly mood, guys. Another one I want to mention, gothic rock kind of thing, The Cure.
Oh yeah.
Who is still dropping music to this day. I have not listened to their latest album. I need to. But I'd say The Cure is like up there. I mean, Disintegration is one of my favorite albums of all time. And yeah, what, you guys like The Cure? You guys?
I like The Cure. I also haven't listened to the new album, so I can't speak.
I
on
really
that.
need to.
I've heard it's been like, I've heard good reviews about it.
I've heard it's good, which is why I really want to listen to it. Another one I want to mention, I'm going to see them in concert, AC/DC.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
AC/DC.
Lucky.
Absolutely so excited. My dad got tickets for me and my sister to go see AC/DC in May, and I'm excited.
Sophia sounds very excited. I heard her cheering from out here.
Anyway, yeah, I gotta mention AC/DC.
It gives me Avenger vibes because all I can think of is Shoot a Thrill, PA system override when Tony Stark's flying in his Iron Man suit to stop Loki.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Or Megamind. I mean,
That too.
Or the bigger movie, Megamind.
Yeah.
The better movie,
Guys.
Megamind.
One of these
hear me out
was
here.
a childhood inspiration.
The other one is Marvel.
The other one was Iron Man.
Pink Floyd, anyone?
Yeah, Pink Floyd's gotta be a mention.
Classic.
Probably my favorite prog rock band of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know if like King Crimson takes that or not, but like Pink Floyd, I know for a fact has had a lot of absolutely amazing influential music.
I'm very curious what your favorite Pink Floyd album is.
Mine is The Dark Side of the Moon.
That's fair.
But I know for a fact like Wish You Were Here and Animals and like The Wall are also like absolutely amazing, and I'm not opposed to anyone saying like any of those albums being their favorite, especially Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
I've heard that's like
That's mine.
Yeah.
Crimson, it just works.
King Crimson's another. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that's dad rock, but I do love King Crimson.
That's real.
I love King Crimson. I think a good dad rock band to mention is the Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's solid.
I think that is like one of the bands where I think of like dad rock. That's the first thing that comes to mind, along with like Rush. I think that's for sure. I gotta mention that.
What about you, Brian?
I'm wearing it. I got sticks.
Sticks.
Oh, nice.
Coleman is happy with that pick.
I'm pretty sure he would be.
Yep.
Because he's also wearing a Styx hat because he wants to compete. Bro may know more about Styx.
But who's on air, Coleman?
Yeah. Who's on the couch?
He said it, not me. You can yell at Rocco.
Jimi Hendrix?
Yes.
Jimi
Yeah,
Hendrix. All along the Watchtower.
One of my another like really absolutely talented guitarist.
Yeah.
And I think absolutely
One of the greats, for sure.
Like one of the guitarists of all time.
one of the guitarists.
Not like in the meme
Not
way,
in the
but
Star
like,
Taxi.
But like, no, he was a guitarist, for
like,
sure.
You like a guitarist,
He
you think of
definitely
Jimi
played the
Hendrix.
guitar.
Yeah, for sure. What's another? Pearl Jam.
Oh,
Pearl
yeah,
Jam.
yeah.
Pearl Jam. I
They
remember my
did,
dad specifically getting me into Even Flow. He's like, this is a really amazing song. You should put it on your playlist. I'm like, okay, Dad.
I recently ripped a bunch of my dad's Pearl Jam CDs. Like to put them on my computer, I mean. Not to do anything illegal specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, just clarifying. Also, I have to say, I'd probably get disowned if I don't mention like Fish and Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews is
like-
a good one.
Oh yeah, like every road trip in the summer, I swear, like we are not in the car on a road trip if we do not hear ants marching at least once.
That's real. Grateful Dead a little bit in the stem of Dead Rock.
I can see it.
Just because you said Dave Matthews, I was just running with that one. Creed.
Creed is a good one.
They've become very much like meme. I don't know if they've always been meme level. I feel like they have been in the music world, but like TikTok has recently kind of creeped onto Creed.
Yeah.
I think Smosh made fun of Creed once.
Really?
Like in like the earlier day of Smosh.
I mean, Smosh has made fun of a lot of people.
I was gonna think. I think the last one my dad specifically told me to mention on this block is Metallica.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably the best metal band of all time if I had to pick. Yeah, they're not consistent anymore, but back then they had an absolutely amazing run with their albums, especially things like Light the Lightning, Master of Puppets, their self-titled album.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think that. What's up?
You said Ride the Lightning. REO Speedwagon riding the storm out.
That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Throwback.
Throwback. Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, REO Speedwagon I'd say is like definitely one of those two for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys?
Well, none of the songs. Ooh.
I'm wearing Foreigner.
Foreigner.
Oh yeah,
He's
the
wearing
shirt I was
Foreigner shirt. Came prepared today. I like it.
Wow, I respect it. I'm very curious of your guys' interpretation of dad rock versus mine, because I guess mine was more yacht rock when I think of dad rock.
Yacht rock is, I think that's what some people think of. Like, you could talk about like Steely Dan in that case, or
Right.
something like that if you wanted to do that.
Shout out Fisher.
My like thing about like dad rock mainly is like, I'd say like hard and blues rock. So you get stuff like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. I guess if you want to count Metallica, I wouldn't say I would.
I have a good one. Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good one.
Everyone knows Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Bad Medicine, I think, is another good one that has to be shouted out.
I really like It's My Life, Always, and that type of jazz. Just love Bon Jovi, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there is one I do want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Specifically Van Halen. That is, I think now all of my dad's favorite bands have been mentioned. But Van Halen, there's like a funny story that goes with it. So when I was like a toddler, think I'm like, yay big. My dad would he'd be playing the songs he likes in the car, and me being little autistic toddler, I'm just absolutely enthralled by the drums at the beginning of the song Hot for Teacher, which is, so me, little toddler me, is asking my dad in the car, hey, play the one with the drums, And now I understand why my dad wouldn't always immediately jump to play that song, because it's that song.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want, your 4-year-old to be listening to that song that much.
No, that's real.
Yeah. I find it so funny, it's like the song with the drums.
Yeah, that's for the longest time, I couldn't remember the name, but I knew it as the one with the drums.
Yeah. I'm a little curious if there's, I know because we talk about dad rock, what are some songs that your just dads listen to that maybe you guys wouldn't put it under the genre of dad rock?
Ooh.
Like
stuff that our dad listens to, but I wouldn't say it's dad rock?
Yeah, because I wanted to mention Sade, because I know my father really likes Sade, but I wouldn't really call him dad rock.
Would Fleetwood Mac count? Because
probably
that got into both of my parents. Like, my mom actually set "Go Your Own Way" as her ringtone, but those two always listened to Fleetwood Mac as a whole, but "Go Your Own Way" specifically, just because that kind of got the two together almost. Not specifically, but it's one of the top songs
That's
that
good.
I know that you connect each other on.
I want to say I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
Aerosmith.
Wow. Yeah, because
what? Now that's all 5. I just realized
that's
that
all
was what
5?
was missing. That's what was missing.
Yeah, Aerosmith is really great. I think I got introduced to them because of that movie Armageddon, because that song was just there all the time. It was so great. Another pick I have is Journey.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. There's one more I want to say. Obviously, everybody knows Bon Jovi. Who's the opposite of Bon Jovi? Billy Joel.
Oh,
Billy Joel's
And not many people know this. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, very good song, very underplayed. That's what in my dad's actual Billy Joel, custom made by my mom's CD.
Wait, how is Bon Jovi the opposite of Billy Joel?
It's just something I've always valued because he's.
You valued that they're the opposites?
That's how I perceive it.
Oh.
Well, how do you perceive it?
One's a banjo guitarist and the other one's a pianist. Also, one likes to play at Madison Square Garden, aka MSG, aka New York Knicks Central. So, yeah.
Oh, you know what? We didn't mention Kiss yet, I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
right.
Kiss, yeah.
Kiss. We forgot.
Another one I think we didn't mention is Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh.
Yes, Don't Fear the Reaper. I know Coleman would like to hear that.
I want to mention this band, Heart.
I'm not familiar.
Heart. They sang, what was it? God. Barracuda.
Barracuda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you guys would want to mention?
Well,
My dad really likes Boston.
I want to
that
say my dad didn't get me into any of these bands.
Real quick, do we think Nirvana counts?
What?
Do we think Nirvana counts?
Nirvana?
It's maybe on the edge.
no.
It's more so
90s.
No,
my dad
because-
listens to rock.
No,
It's
because
my
it's
dad listens to it and it was
something
popular
in
when
the
he was
way.
college.
Anyway, well, hey you! Do you actually hate Taylor Swift, or are you just trying to fit in? I know I'm not trying to fit in, I actually don't like her, but after the break, some of the cast is gonna guess if lyrics were written by Taylor Swift or Shakespeare.
solo stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. Yeah, and I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me? No.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite.
Unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall. Writing on the wall.
One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Today, the world could use a little more understanding. Understanding nurtured by shared values. We come together at Kent State. Different dreams, different viewpoints, united by purpose. Preparing to make a difference in our divided world. Wherever you are in your life's journey, come learn with us. Begin at Kent State.
The Blurb is very divided on Taylor Swift, and one of the many arguments is that her songwriting is boring and flat. Well, to test this theory, I have some of the boys here guessing if the phrase I present them is Taylor Swift or the OG pop star, Shakespeare. Let's begin. The premise is simple. I'm going to read you a little quote or a little statement. You guys are going to sort of write Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. Got it?
Shakespeare was a pop star.
Oh, no, he was.
Oh, he definitely
You don't
was.
listen to that one album? Shake It Off?
Oh, did he write Cornucopia?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There it is. All right, starting off. Did I close my fist around something delicate? Did I shatter you?
Do you want to use my marker?
Yeah, sure. That's all right. Sorry.
You're good.
You're wasting time.
If we want to make it shorter, by the way, you can write Swift or Shake as well, if that's like faster.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and flip it.
I'm doing their initials.
The answer is Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Darn. See, this is my disadvantage. I haven't listened to Taylor Swift since like.
Yeah, I am curious. What is your guys'
2017.
experience with Taylor Swift? Do we
Or not
listen?
even
Do we
2000.
not?
Oh, of course
listen.
I do. Look at my bracelet arm.
I stopped listening during the album 1989, so that's about it.
Yeah. Next up, do you miss the rogue who coaxed you into paradise and left you there?
Okay, yeah, this is harder than I thought.
Oh, yes, sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead and reveal in 3, 2, 1. The answer was Taylor Swift.
Darn it.
That
Watch
is
me get
from
them
the same
all
song, by
backwards.
the way, Coney Island from Evermore.
Watch me get them all backwards.
Next up, my tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart is concealing, it will break.
Imagine you pulled a curveball and everything is a Taylor Swift lyric.
Everything's Taylor.
Everything
That's the curveball. Go ahead and reveal in 3, 2, 1. The answer was Shakespeare.
Okay, third time's the charm.
To be or not to be.
That is the question.
All right. Next up, past the curses and cries, beyond the terror in the nightfall.
Oh God, that's hard.
I know Jillian is getting all of these right.
Probably.
That they are not.
Jillian is somewhere.
Jillian is not with us, but they're with us.
They're not dead, they're just in a better place.
I'm gonna take
Go ahead and
it
reveal in 3, 2, 1. The answer was Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
I really need to like change my answer at some point.
Next up,
My ego.
in black ink, my love may still shine bright.
Okay, that one's kind of obvious.
Is it now?
Okay, but now that makes me feel like I know the answer.
Thank you.
Go ahead and reveal in 3, 2, 1. The answer was Shakespeare.
Nice.
Yes.
Dang
Okay,
it.
thank goodness.
What's that one from?
I don't know. Maybe Midsummer Night Dream? Maybe not.
Can't cite your sources?
Can't say my sources, no.
I don't know. I've only read 2 things of Shakespeare.
Next up, now my eyes leak acid rain on the pillow where you used to lay your head.
Oh.
Thank you. Oops,
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. Got too a little excited.
Go ahead and reveal in 3, 2, 1. The answer was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I was like, if Shakespeare
That
is
one-
mentioning acid rain, then I'm like,
That one I feel like is the most obvious one, I agree.
Heath Swizzle.
How are we feeling, by the way? Confidence levels?
Pretty good, actually.
Pretty good.
Bad, good?
Very low.
Not very high. If I'm gonna be so honest with you.
All right, well, let's just run to the next one. I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bones in a faith-forgotten land.
You could have said like, I don't know, Et tu Brute, and I would have been like, oh.
see, that's one
Taylor.
of the 2 ones that I've read.
You could have said shake it off, and I would have gotten that.
Shake it off. It's actually Shakespeare.
Go ahead, are we ready?
This is just a coin flip
God.
for me.
Oh,
No.
I know,
Oh.
boss.
Oh God. Oh God. Sorry. I'm
Reveal
so sorry.
in 3, 2, 1.
I know,
The answer
Ron.
is Taylor Swift.
Oh
Yo.
my god.
What song is that from?
That is, I don't know the song. It is from Evermore.
Oh.
I'm noticing a trend.
A majority of the songs are actually from Evermore, shockingly.
That makes more sense.
Next up, your touch brought forth an incandescent glow, tarnished but so grand. It's a stumper. Then she said, speak now.
I know that one.
In 3, 2, 1. That was Taylor Swift.
Oh. No.
Also from Evermore.
It's okay.
I hate you. No, I don't.
Next up, love is merely a madness.
Okay.
Speak now in 3, 2, 1. That is indeed Shakespeare.
Okay,
Thank
sick.
goodness.
Next up, the old widow goes to the stone every day, but I don't. I just sit here and wait, grieving for the living.
Oh, man.
Go ahead and speak now in 3, 2, 1. That is Taylor Swift.
Yes, thank goodness.
I'm starting to guess based on syntax.
That's real.
That's pretty good.
That's my strategy at this point, because the choice of vocab is not helping me.
I hate that it could be either one.
Mhm.
Like it sounds, all of them sound like it could be either one.
Next up, how can it be said I'm alone when all the world is here to look at me?
Thank you. Okay.
Speak now in 3, 2, 1. That was Shakespeare.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oops.
Oh, sorry.
Love that photo.
I didn't even
It's a
answer
good
that
photo.
one.
And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. Speak now in 3, 2, 1. That is Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Found my groove. And now that I've said that, I'm going to start getting everything wrong again.
Jinx yourself.
All right.
Yeah. I do
I'm going to do one more quick one for you guys.
Okay.
I wish to know the fatal flaw that makes you long to be magnificently cursed. And then I will reveal the winner. Go ahead and speak now in 3, 2, 1. That was Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I came
And with
back a
that,
little bit.
our winner, Anthony.
Yes.
Congratulations with a whopping 9.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? How was that?
Good. I love 50-50 games.
I feel better than I thought I would because I got the hang of it a little too late, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think going off of syntax is a very good strategy.
Syntax is a good way to do it because there's certain words that are like nowadays and stuff like that where it's just like.
I was just like, okay, the way that this is phrased is like this cannot be from like the 1600s.
Yeah. Well, how we feel? We still do we all like Taylor Swift here on the table? I know
I
Vinny.
love her so
Vinny
much.
does not. He shared his opinions.
I have like probably neutral opinions, honestly.
Yeah, I say I'm on that boat too.
Shakespeare or Taylor Swift?
More negative towards
I feel like this is apples and oranges.
I am more negative towards Shakespeare.
Here, is this Shakespeare or Taylor Swift? I'm beginning to feel like a rap god.
That's got to be Beyonce.
It is.
Ah, I knew it.
Trick question.
Let's go on. It's classic. Well, thank you guys. This was truly one of the moments. And that's all we have from the Blurb tonight for you. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube at BSC The Blurb to see more of our beautiful faces and to get more of that celebrity by tuning back in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for more Hollywood at Kent. From our studio to your couch, I'm Rocco Grassi. Have a great night, Portage County.
How can you hate Star Wars?
Kung Fu Panda.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Here for a late night walk.
Yes.
Midnight walks
Yes.
around
Oh my
campus.
gosh.
Not
I
bad.
always, you know, like the swing.
Student center.
What?
Wait, care? You mean like healthcare?
CARES Center.
Student center.
Where you can get support.
The great thing about a hearing check? No one makes you drink weird stuff, or drills your teeth, or dilates your eyes. It's just soothing me time in a quiet booth. Then bam, you can do the happy dance, because you're all done.
Untreated hearing loss puts you at greater risk for depression and anxiety. So, what's holding you back? Let's see a hearing professional and get those ears checked. And let's dance.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
And we need to show them how to use a password manager. Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Great cake. I'll use MFA to verify my purchase.
Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to CISA.gov/secure our world.